Welcome, fantasy managers of the Fantasy Balls Baseball League. We are back into the swing of things. You'll notice a couple of things. For one, for those of you that were here for football season, I'm going back to scripted. I know that the unscripted moments often had some fun comments, kept things a little entertaining. However, those videos were a lot longer than the scripted ones. So I'm going back to a scripted kind of video. I'll still leave in, I'm not gonna. I've given up on trying to get it all perfect. So if I stutter or if I mess up, I'm just gonna roll with it. But I'm going with scripted. All right, and I'll explain in part. All right. So as I continue my script. This season, I will be attempting to implement some new tactics into the commissioner recap videos to keep things fresh and entertaining for the season, including trying to keep the video recap between 5 and 10 minutes. So it's a quicker watch. I had a few complaints that videos were getting a little long, and I can agree. I was getting a little long. So gonna try to keep it between 5 and 10 minutes so it can be a little bit of a quicker thing. But also be on the lookout from your commissioner, myself, for comments, but also possibly joining in on the conversation and getting involved in the weekly recap videos. That might be something I try to do, but that'll be a little tough. Baseball is a little harder than football because there is no break. Like football, you have the break from after Monday night until Thursday night. Baseball, we keep going continuously, so that might be a little harder to do, but I might try to do it once or twice throughout the season. If I can make it easy, I'll try to do it more. But definitely when we get back to football season, that'll be something that I'll try to implement a lot more. With all that being said, let's get into the recap. We open week 1 with Team Sternly eking out a win against Team Cramsey. Lazy team names aside, Team Cramsey got out to an extremely slow start. Starting the season at a snail's pace, getting outscored on opening day 62-6. Wasn't until day 2 that Team Cramsey even broke double digits. Despite the slow start, Team Sternly allowed a bit of a comeback, ending week 1's matchup with the smallest margin of victory of only 17.5 points, giving Team Sternly the week 1 victory over Team Cramsey. Speaking of low-scoring teams, Team Badussi was blown out by the placeholders. Still waiting on that name, Cam. There was a 101-point differential between the two teams. Team Badussi scored the second fewest points with 417, while the placeholders scored 518 points, one of only 2 teams to break the 500-point margin so far this season. Again, for those of you that didn't notice or don't care, week 1 and the All-Star break will be a little bit longer due to the half a week of baseball. So we started on Thursday, went through Sunday, and then Monday through Sunday again. Most weeks are just Monday through Sunday. So opening week as well as All-Star break week are a little bit longer. So this was one of the few chances to really score those high digit numbers. The other 500-point team also won an even bigger blowout. However, to be fair, this game was an extreme. All right, Juice Balls played hard early, but lost some gas towards the end of the week 1. They were still able to put up the 4th highest scoring total with a respectable 479 points, making them being blown out even more shocking. Scoring 123.5 more points, the backup bullpen catchers put up a shocking 602.5 points. I'm shocked just as you all. Okay, BBC's pitching staff performed well beyond all expectations. Kind of thought my staff was towards the bottom. We ended up outscoring John's pitching staff, which we all kind of know is stacked, right? So pitching staff performed way beyond all expectations to make this happen. I do not expect my team to continue this kind of scoring barrage going forward. But nonetheless, I'm impressed. I was never able to get this much points in a single matchup last year, so I'm going to take credit for myself. Moving on, in a battle of the Upstate Division, I renamed the divisions today, by the way. I know I rearranged them, but I officially renamed them today. In the Battle of the Upstate Division, Team Wallach, lazy name, took care of business against the Drippy Droppers. The Wallach stayed consistent throughout the matchup, never scoring less than 20 points on a single day. While the Drippy Droppers fought hard, it's difficult to overcome 2 days of single-digit scoring. Not a victory, not a recipe for success. There we go. That's the term. And we wrap up this week's recap with Team Brochard securing the victory against the Clubhouse Space Cadets. Solid performance by their batters and a great pitching week by Dylan Cease. Pretty sure that's how you say his name. Could be wrong. I don't know. Pretty sure he put up 42 points. Great performance by that guy. The Brocharts, also lazy name, took the lead and never looked back, winning by 30.5 points this week. So those are our recaps. However, looking forward to week 2, this week's matchup to watch is actually the head-to-head matchup of the two bottom dwellers. Who would have thunk it, am I right? Though it's still extremely early in this new fantasy season, this matchup could turn out to have some big implications of the Long Island division. Plus, it's seen time and time again how difficult it is to make the playoffs after starting 0-2. So best of luck to both teams in that matchup and trying to break the losing streak and get off to a bit of a hotter start. I know it's already a struggle for them, but we'll see who can kind of stand above this week. Best of luck to all teams this week in our first normal length week of fantasy, and tune in next Monday for the week the week 2 recap, not the recap. I'm just gonna okay.